Well, a Virginia restaurant refused to serve a conservative Christian organization because of its stance on traditional marriage and protecting the sanctity of life. A group called the Family Foundation had a private party reservation at Metzger Bar and Butchery, located in Richmond, Virginia. But hours before guests were scheduled to arrive, the organization was told that the restaurant was unwilling to serve them. In a statement put out by the establishment, the restaurant defends its decision, citing inclusivity and protecting women and LGBTQ persons. So why does inclusivity exclude Christians? Pro-life groups. Here to discuss, the president of the Family Foundation, Victoria Cobb. Victoria, thank you so much for joining us. Let me ask you this first. At the restaurant, were you asking the restaurant to donate to your cause?
No, and not in any way.
Were
we were
you?
simply saying,
I just wanted to
down.
Yeah, I just wanted to establish you wanted food and drink, I suppose, correct?
That was the plan.
Okay.
Pretty basic.
So what did you do when you got this call, when they let you know this meeting wasn't going to happen?
Well, I think after we got over the shock that somebody couldn't simply serve us food, because remember, the statement was about the environment for the wait staff. That's what they told us, that the wait staff didn't want to serve us. I think after we got over that initial shock, we did pivot to another restaurant. But we're glad that we've been able to talk about this with the American people, because Metzger's made a decision based on irrational fear of people who hold a different faith or might have different views on politics.
Are you afraid of them if they happen to have a different view?
Well, that's the beauty of America. That's the pluralistic society we live in, is that we all are very accustomed to interfacing and even having great conversations with people that we don't share the same perspective on an issue.
Yeah, I happen to have gone to a storied university in that state. And the founder of it may not have been perfect, but sure helped set up a country that tried to become a more perfect union, and does, I think, by the year. But the whole premise, the whole foundation of our country was found on different voices. That was the point of a representative democracy.
Yeah, this is the point. We protect free speech. We cherish religious freedom. That is the bedrock of our nation. And, you know, it's just disappointing. I think if a restaurant like Metzger's had simply served us, they would have found very charitable people. They would have found kindness, and they would have received a generous tip, despite the fact that we could disagree on things.
Yeah, and again, I have the saying, I lived in Tennessee for a while, and it's like, you ain't got to like a man to drink his liquor, right? So you don't have to agree with somebody you like their product. And so I feel like it goes on the other side also, is you weren't asking them to do anything that violated their beliefs and what they do with their lives. You're only asking them to do what they do with their jobs, which is basically prepare food and bring it to you, and you'll pay for that privilege.
Yeah, remember, the entire statement was about the environment for the wait staff. This was all about our existence. Being in their restaurant would be in some way triggering. I don't know what the words, you know, they've said words like unsafe, which I got to be honest, people of faith are tired of being shut out of the public square. And certainly this idea that we're going to be shut out of the marketplace simply for our existence and for holding different views, it's alarming.
You know, it seems like every family has people that differ on these topics, don't they? I mean, why would they assume that the wait staff, all of them, think the same? And by the way, why is it their business?
Well, that's the thing. I think a lot of people are now questioning what kind of judgments are made about them as they enter a restaurant. Is there a political or religious litmus test going on? I had somebody say, hey, I pray before I eat. Am I being judged? People don't want to believe this. And we fundamentally believe that people of faith, even people who hold views that you might not agree with, have sort of the same basic freedoms, should enter the same marketplace and be able to engage in the same way. And I believe that people of faith actually have a higher call to civility and charity. And I believe they would have found a wonderfully charitable group and would have enjoyed the interaction with us had they given themselves that opportunity rather than made a decision based on a prejudgment of us.
By the way, Victoria, where did you end up going?
Well, we haven't shared that restaurant name because we really don't want to throw them in the middle of this. But we did find ourselves at another restaurant, and that was wonderful. And they served us, and they, I think, found us to be appropriate guests.
I'm sure you were. And it's stunning to me that that's where we are in this world. We don't have to agree on everything, which, just like you're saying, Victoria. So thank you so much for joining us and telling us your story.
Thanks for having me.